Hello and welcome to the video. So today I want to talk about data pipelines, what they are, what they look like, and then how to build one that is kind of industry standard. Because data engineering, analytics engineering, these are fields that are pretty new relatively, and they're pretty saturated as well because a lot of people see like, hey, it's a good job to be a data engineer. How can I learn the skills to do that? So today I'm going to show you how. So I've been working in data for like the last 10 years. I like data a lot. Currently, I'm a director of data analytics at a e-com company, and today we're going to talk about like what does a data pipeline look like? Because the word data pipeline is a little bit vague, and let's really just break it down. So a data pipeline is how you get data from different systems into your own internal databases or data systems. So let's talk about it. Generally, when you're at a company, companies are going to pull data from many different places. Let's say you run Facebook ads, you're trying to sell a product. So in that case, Facebook has a whole bunch of data in their internal systems that you can get systematically via an API call, via an integration to a different system, and you can take all of that Facebook ad data down into your data warehouse. So the most important parts of a data pipeline are we have our source data systems here. Let's use an e-com example where we have ads data from Shopify, Google Ads, and then say you're selling your product or whatever, your company runs their point of sale system through either Stripe or Shopify. Then we'll say you have Stripe up here, Shopify up here, and in this world over here, these are your raw data source systems. Now, you need to be able to get all that data in one local spot that you can work with. That local spot usually is like your data warehouse. So common ones are Google BigQuery, Snowflake, Redshift. These are basically your data warehouses that will store your databases, store your tables, your schemas that you will get from all these raw source systems up here. Now, here's the big question. How do we get data from these raw source systems into our data warehouse? So there's a whole bunch of ways you can do it. A lot of common external systems now can integrate with source systems. So what do I mean by that? There's a lot of tools, SaaS tools, such as Fivetran, Stitch Data, Airbyte, which basically act as middlemen and save you a ton of work by being able to connect to your source system, grab that data, and then drop it into your data warehouse. So let's break that down a little bit further, because there are more complex ways to do it too. So basically, let's call it for easy extractions. Basically, when you are taking your raw data from your source system and bringing it somewhere, you call that a data extraction. So let's say you're extracting your data from Facebook. So Facebook is a very common source system. So these software tools like Fivetran, Airbyte, Stitch Data, and there's a ton of other ones like Qlik, you can use these tools to automatically integrate with your source systems like Facebook, Google Ads, Shopify. Basically, you just need to provide an API key, and that will automatically set up the connection. These SaaS systems, like Fivetran is a really good one. It's a little expensive, but it's like the best one in my opinion. Will automatically connect to those source systems. And the cool thing is, a lot of times they have a pre-made schema because they have tons of customers who extract that same type of data. So they have made, their data engineering and analytic engineering teams have made helpful starting schemas that you can use to then port into your data warehouse or Snowflake, BigQuery, Redshift solutions. So let's walk that through again. We have our source systems that can be automatically plugged in and connected to via these, what do you call them? They're like data extraction SaaS softwares. Fivetran, Stitch Data. These are basically data extraction softwares that you can connect to and easily pump in your data from Shopify, Stripe, Google Ads, Facebook, all your raw data into Snowflake. Sometimes even in like a pre-made and good starting schema. So you're just like not starting from the source schema, because some source schemas like can be really, really bad and unstructured and a whole mess to work with. So like Fivetran, for Facebook, they have a great Facebook and Shopify integration. You connect that, your Shopify Facebook data via Fivetran, pump it into Snowflake, you'll get a lot of actionable, you'll get your data in Snowflake in a very actionable manner already, so you don't have to do too much extraction or you don't have to do too much transformation afterwards. Like generally there's always going to be a little bit of transformation, but some of the Fivetran starting schemas can be really good to begin with. Now let's say you're working with like a source system that is coming from an Amazon RDS. So like this is just a Postgres database that you are storing in Amazon. It could be from an internal tool that you have built and you want to extract that data into the data warehouse as well. Well, how would you do that? Now, this is when you would do it via creating an Airflow job which will basically act as like a extraction job. So Airflow is a tool that you can use to run scripts to extract data from different systems, from systems to then pump into your Snowflake or data warehousing systems. So for more complex extractions, for like just a general Postgres database that is stored somewhere in the cloud, but you want access to it, and it doesn't have an out-of-the-box connector for something like Fivetran or Stitch, you can use, and you needed a little bit of Python here, but you can use Airflow to basically make a job that you can run at a certain interval. Say you want the data to update daily, so you would set the runtime for the Airflow extraction job to update daily, and basically what you will do in Airflow, and we'll break this down in a separate video, is you'll write a script which will basically say, grab all new data from this database since X date, or since X index, and then pump that into Snowflake, right, and append to that table you have in Snowflake. And that's kind of what Airflow does. So Airflow can be super helpful for getting data that are from systems that are a little more complex to get to and that don't have a lot of out-of-the-box extraction options. So this whole process is kind of called like the ELT process or the ETL process. There's an argument now in the data community: is it extraction, load, transform, or is it extraction, transform, load? Then unfortunately after this point my mic cut out and started having a really bad lag, and so all the files were corrupted about the DBT process, the end user process, getting data into the BI tool process, and kind of serving the data and serving the data to the end user, all that in the kind of analytics engineering land. So stay tuned, I'm gonna reshoot it. We're gonna make a lot more videos about that, but unfortunately there was about 10 minutes of content lost. So we're gonna end the video here. This is a more general overview of what the data pipeline process is. Basically just getting data from raw sources, bringing it in from your raw sources to your data warehouse using some tool or a homegrown API in Airflow. So hey, I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something, and stay tuned, a lot more data videos coming. I'll see you in the next one.